Hi beautiful souls, today we're talking about one of the most soul-expanding decisions you can make, the decision to travel. Not just a vacation, not just a break from work, but the conscious, aligned, heart-centered decision to step into a new environment, to invest your money, your energy, and your attention into an experience that will literally change your brain, expand your heart, and shift your frequency. Travel is not about escape. It's about expansion. And if you've ever felt that deep pull, that whisper from your soul saying, go, even when your logical mind said, it's not the right time, then this message is for you. Because that whisper isn't random. That whisper is guidance. It's your inner being, your higher self, inviting you into an experience that will align your energy with more joy, more flow, and more abundance than you can even imagine. Every time you make the decision to travel, you are saying yes to expansion. Abraham Hicks says that life is about contrast, about moving toward what feels better, what feels more aligned, what feels more like you. When you travel, you physically move yourself into new environments, and that means you vibrationally shift into new frequencies of possibility. You meet new people who mirror back different parts of yourself. You see beauty that opens your heart. You experience cultures that dissolve limiting beliefs you didn't even know you had. And all of this is what Abraham Hicks calls stepping into the vortex, that place of pure alignment, where you are in the flow of life, where inspiration, joy, and well-being naturally meet you. You can't travel and stay the same. You evolve just by observing, just by feeling, just by being in a new vibration. Let's talk about the financial side, because this is where a lot of people get stuck. You might think, I'd love to travel, but it's too expensive, or, I shouldn't spend that money on myself right now. But here's the truth. Money is meant to flow. Money is an energy, a current, and it's called currency for a reason. When you hold onto it tightly out of fear, you block the very flow that wants to bring you more. But when you spend it with intention, love, and alignment, it circulates back to you in even greater abundance. Abraham Hicks says, when you are in alignment, the universe will orchestrate everything you need, and that includes money. When you spend money on something that expands your vibration, like travel, you're not losing money, you're circulating it. You're investing in your frequency, in your joy, in your evolution. And that vibration of joy, appreciation, and openness naturally attracts more abundance. Think of money as water in a stream. When it flows, the ecosystem thrives. When it's dammed up, everything downstream begins to dry out. You are the ecosystem. Your job is to keep the current moving, in and out, with gratitude, trust, and joy. Louise Hay used to say, the universe loves a grateful heart. When you spend money joyfully, especially on something that nourishes your heart and mind, you tell the universe, I trust you. I trust that more is coming. I trust that I am supported. And in that trust, you open the door for more abundance to flow in. Travel is one of the most powerful ways to participate in that cycle. You give to airlines, hotels, local restaurants, artists, and small businesses, and that energy circulates back into the world and eventually back into you. That's how flow works. You are both the giver and the receiver. Now let's look at this through the lens of science, because what's happening inside your brain when you travel is nothing short of miraculous. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that your brain changes every time you experience something new. Your neural pathways, those networks of connections that form your habits, thoughts, and beliefs, are constantly rewiring based on what you expose yourself to. When you travel, you are literally giving your brain new data, new sights, new sounds, new smells, new challenges, new conversations. All of these activate neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. Studies have shown that when people travel, especially to new environments, there's increased activity in the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. That's why travel can make you feel alive. Your brain is waking up. Your senses are heightened. You're no longer running on autopilot. And that's when transformation happens. When you step outside your comfort zone, your brain is forced to adapt, and in doing so, it literally changes who you are. You become more open, creative, and resilient. You gain perspective. You see yourself and the world differently. This is how travel becomes a form of meditation in motion. When you're present in a new environment, watching the sunset from a mountain, listening to the ocean, or walking through ancient streets, your mind quiets and your heart expands. You enter what Joe Dispenza calls the present moment of creation. That's the place where your energy aligns with possibility, where new realities can emerge. Travel isn't just about destinations. It's about connection. When you travel with loved ones, something magical happens, your shared energy amplifies. You co-create memories that become emotional anchors for joy. You laugh together, get lost together, grow together. These shared experiences deepen your relationships because they move you out of the habitual and into the heart. Louise Hay said, "Love is the great miracle cure. When you travel with love, you are constantly giving and receiving that miracle." Even if you travel alone, and sometimes especially if you travel alone, you're still traveling with love. Because you're filling up your own cup. You're reconnecting with your essence. You're learning to be your own companion, your own source of joy. When you walk through a new city alone or sit quietly in a cafe journaling, you are dating your soul. And that self-love becomes magnetic. People can feel it. Opportunities can feel it. The universe can feel it. That's when you become what Abraham Hicks calls a cooperative component, someone who is vibrationally matched with all the things you've been asking for. Every trip you take is a mirror. If you're feeling restless or uninspired, it might be your soul's way of saying, "We need a new reflection." Because travel isn't just about seeing the world, it's about seeing yourself in a new context. You might realize you're braver than you thought when you navigate a foreign subway system. You might discover new passions when you try local art or food. You might reconnect with your inner child when you dance at a beach party or hike to a waterfall. Each of these moments becomes a mirror showing you what's possible, who you could be if you allowed yourself to stay open. And when you return home, you don't come back the same. Your vibration has shifted. Your point of attraction, as Abraham Hicks would say, has evolved. You're now tuned to a higher frequency of gratitude, curiosity, and joy. That's how travel continues to manifest abundance long after you unpack your suitcase. Let's talk about the emotional side, because travel can be profoundly healing. Louise Hay often said, "Every thought we think is creating our future." When you travel, you interrupt your habitual thought patterns. You step out of your normal environment, and therefore out of your normal emotional triggers. If you've been stuck in stress, worry, or overthinking, travel gives you space. It offers you new perspectives. It reminds you that the world is vast, that possibilities are infinite, and that your problems are temporary. Research supports this. Studies show that people who travel report lower levels of depression and anxiety. Exposure to natural environments, beaches, mountains, forests, reduces cortisol levels, your stress hormone. Travel also enhances creativity by activating the brain's default mode network, which is associated with imagination and introspection. So yes, travel is science-backed self-care. It's therapy for the mind and medicine for the heart. Sometimes you'll feel the pull to travel but hesitate because of timing or money. But alignment is the true compass. When you feel that deep, peaceful yes in your body, that excitement mixed with calm, that's your inner being guiding you. Abraham Hicks says, "When something feels right, it is right. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to justify it. You just have to follow the feeling." When you move in alignment, everything aligns around you, the flights, the money, the timing, the people. You've probably experienced this before, when everything just works out. That's not coincidence. That's coherence. As Joe Dispenza would say, your heart and mind are in sync. You're broadcasting a clear signal to the quantum field, a signal of readiness, trust, and gratitude. And that's when the universe responds. Travel teaches you how to manifest because it shows you how reality bends around your vibration. Think about it. Every trip begins as a thought. You imagine a place. You feel the excitement. You visualize yourself there. You make the decision. And then, the tickets appear, the money arrives, the details fall into place. That's manifestation in action. Travel is the physical proof that your thoughts create your reality. It's the universe saying, see, you can think it, feel it, and experience it. And the more you do that consciously, the more confident you become in your creative power. That's how travel strengthens your faith, not in luck or circumstance, but in energy. When you return from a trip, your vibration affects everyone around you. You become lighter. You laugh more. You radiate gratitude and curiosity. People notice. They feel it. And just like that, your decision to travel, your investment in your own joy, starts uplifting others. That's how consciousness spreads. That's how collective healing happens. Louise Hay said, when we change our thinking, we change our life, and when we change our vibration, we change the world. Every joyful traveler is a ripple in the collective ocean of humanity, reminding others that life is meant to be lived fully, bravely, beautifully. So take a deep breath with me right now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in a place that calls to your heart. It could be a tropical beach, a mountain village, a quiet forest, or a cozy European cafe. Feel the energy of that place, the air, the sounds, the colors. Feel how alive you become just imagining it. That's your soul's way of saying, go, because the journey isn't just out there, it's in here. It's in the way you allow yourself to expand, to feel, to trust, to flow. So whether your next trip is across the world or just across your state, let it be sacred. Let it be intentional. Let it be a love letter to your own expansion. Travel not to escape your life, but to meet more of yourself within it. Because when you do, you'll see what Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, and Louise Hay have all been saying in their own way, that joy, alignment, and love are not destinations. They are frequencies. And the more you follow them, the more beautiful your journey becomes. So, beautiful souls, if this inspired you to listen to that inner calling, to invest in experiences that expand your heart, remember, money flows where love goes. And when you travel with love, the universe always brings you more to love. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe for more high vibration insights, and share it with someone who's been dreaming of taking that leap. Your journey is calling. Will you answer?